It's a pleasure to be here, and especially folks who are working with or considering ClickFox, because I've really found it to be a tremendous tool for rethinking the whole next direction of personalization at scale, which is really, in the end, what a lot of this is about. What happens when journeys really come together in order to dramatically change the way you can play in the market. So about 18 months ago, my wife and I were thinking about getting solar panels for our house. And so we had done some research online looking at getting solar panels. It's not an easy thing to do, actually. There's a lot of complicated steps. There's licensing, there's all kinds of tax things. It's really kind of overwhelming. But we got a thing in the mail, snail mail, saying your house, and it had our address, it would be a great candidate for solar panels. I thought, okay, they say that to all the guys, right? That's just junk mail. But I open it up, and there's a custom URL. Type in the custom URL into the browser, boom, picture of Google Earth with my house, aerial view, with solar panels superimposed on the side of our roof that face the sun, and a calculation down the side based on how many panels they thought they could put on my roof, the angle of our house, and the tree obstruction. And they show how that calculation was made. And then based on the square footage of the house, which they can get off Trulia, who I mentioned before, they estimate how much energy we use, and therefore what percent of our energy could be gotten through solar. And click here then to talk to somebody. Click, talk right through the computer, right through the desktop to someone, didn't go on the phone. They immediately see what I'm seeing, so they know who I am, that I've seen this, what the numbers are, it's right there. And talk me through the process. Then they send me, email me, a couple of names in my neighborhood who've gone through this. And the company, by the way, is called Sungevity. And I email those folks, get good reviews, come back to Sungevity. They know where I am in the journey, because they know I'm calling back, because I probably got a good recommendation from the people whose names they got me. So now they move into the different leasing options and send me a video, a short video, explaining how the different leasing options work, and we agree to do it. The economics make sense, and then the whole process I can track through an app that tells me when are they coming to my house, do they need to get in, can they just do it from the outside, have we gotten the licensing for the permit to get them up on the roof, has the electrician, the guy who has to approve that all, the permitting is all done, and all of that, and now I track how much energy is coming in through solar and just the basic offset on my bill, and it is paying off. And so they are now, they've done this in a number of different markets. They're now the second largest home solar supplier after Solar City, but they don't own any of the panels. All of this is actually coordinated outsourced. The installers, the financing, all of this is done on an outsourced basis, and they really just manage the journey and all of the information and the marketing, and they've now expanded it so you walk into a Lowe's home store and they have somebody from Sungevity who's got an app. You just give them your address and boom, they can show you the Google Earth view and the whole economics and all of that. And then you can start setting up an appointment to talk to somebody. That's what a journey is all about. I didn't even look at the competition. They just sucked us right into a process that worked, the economics made sense, and they totally hijacked it. My sister's done this now. They're very happy. So this is where it's going. And I've talked a lot to Sungevity because I was really impressed. And I've talked with their CMO. And the way they are organized, a lot of this stuff is what they do. They have scrum teams focused on different segment journeys for different segments. They have constant punch lists of things they're trying all the time to fix. They have data going right through their system all the time on the improvements in different stages of that journey. It's all with that kind of mentality, and that defines their brand. It is not just about solar panels. It's about that journey that it's worthy of telling you guys about. And spread the word. So that's where you're trying to go. in the end, besides all the micro stuff about displacing cost and doing that, ultimately from the customer's point of view, you want them to feel that all this stuff you're doing is changing their experience and driving your brand in a different way. So, one last quote. When someone goes on a journey, the seeker embarks on a journey to find what they want and discovers along the way what they need. Your customers don't know what they want necessarily when they're going on a journey. They know they have a need, they know they want to get something done. You can shape that. You can have the data to do it, but you also need the operations and the infrastructure and the creativity to make that journey happen. And that's really the call to action from all of this, where the real growth and strategic differentiation can come about through tools like this. So I hope to hear some great stories about this in a year or so from all of you. Thank you.